Okay. 2003, it was no secret my bike sucked. Okay. I knew that it wasn't the best bike. I lined up every single weekend when it was crunch time after Daytona, when Chad Reed had a ton of momentum coming. His bike was awesome, 10 times better than mine. I knew that every single time I lined up to the bike or the race, I knew that my bike wasn't the best. It certainly maybe third best, maybe. But at some stage, my internal team just said, "Hey, we know that this bike isn't the best. We can't make it much better than what it is, based on how you like to ride the motorcycle. And so you just got to figure out a way to get it done. And, this is how we think that you should do it. And you just go out there and you outperform the motorcycle. And that, and that's where I feel like that mindset would be helpful for him. Of course, it's not perfect. Can he win on it? Yeah, we saw that. Just like you said, is it going to be harder on certain weekends? Of course it is. But like you said, RV, he is better than what he's showing.
And I think too, is okay. Put aside that maybe you don't have the perfect setup and you're struggling with it. Um, let's put him in the position of like, okay, well, if you know you're struggling in this area with the motorcycle on the track, make sure that when you get down to the line, okay, your first win of the night is putting yourself in the top 3 on the start, right? Like really executing the start. So then, number one, you're starting up front. You're not trying to come through the pack. You typically ride better when you're around, better guys, and you're not trying to, manage the race mid pack or, around a bunch of people. And maybe you can get into that flow following Coop, Eli, Hunter, Kenny early. And then you can find that that happy medium. So I think, like getting a bad start along with maybe struggling with the motorcycle, along with the mental side of it, that's just definitely a bad recipe for disaster. So
Yeah.
for me is okay. Win number one is get a hole shot, be in the top 3. The bike is plenty fast enough for that. And I don't care what setup you're running. It's capable of getting a hole shot or putting yourself in a great position, which then sets you off on the right foot for the main event.
Mhm. And then just like with closing and RV, I'm guessing maybe you were this type of way. I certainly know, and I referenced 2003, and then 99 outdoors. My 125 was kind of shitty, real shitty actually. Not as bad as the 2003. I'm being nice because I love Mitch, and like it just just the base model of that bike. We were already at a disadvantage, but at the end of the day, we got it done. How about this, dude? Just go out there and show your team, like shove it up your team's ass and be like, look, I just won on this pile, dude. Like that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to beat my competitors on a bike that they knew that wasn't better than what they were racing.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that was my mindset. I'm like, screw you guys. I'm gonna show you that, yeah, I'm not on this tire. I'm not on this bike, and I'm still gonna wear that ass out for you.
exactly. And we've talked about it with, I think it was 2011 frame with me, and I knew that starts were so important, and I knew first moto was so important for me because the bike would beat me up so bad by 25 minutes, 20 minutes into moto 2, I was spent. So my chances of winning the overall and at least keeping the points equal was by making sure that I won the first moto for sure when I was the freshest. And I did that a lot. I won a lot of first motos and lost a lot of second motos to Dunge that year because I wasn't able to ride the motorcycle to my full potential late in the second moto. Now that all changed when we went to Unadilla. We got the updated frame, and then I turned around and went 1-1. But I had to manage that outdoor championship based on Moto 1 of a 2-moto format. And I was able to do that. We fought with that motorcycle. We tried, we had the R&D test team running through shocks and linkages, because obviously we can't do that much testing during the week. We only have 2 or 3 days fighting. And the training side of it, you have to keep up on too. So we reverted to using Travis at Kawasaki from the R&D side to run through linkages and settings and things like that. But I managed that championship based on Moto 1 at Outdoors, and I was able to stay in it.
Yep. And you maximize the key thing, Dave, and anybody listening, like you maximized your potential, what the bike could do, and you minimized the damage on what it couldn't do. And a lot of that, in my opinion, is just mindset, and it's similar to like 2003. Dude, I knew that I wasn't never going to be as fast as Chad was in the whoops. And so, I'm like, okay, it is what it is. I'm not changing that. I'm not willing to set my bike up differently because I just know for me and the outcome, it's not going to help the end outcome, and that's to win the championship. So what I have to do is I have to make sure that I get a good start. I was always a good starter. So I have to maximize that. And then I have to hope for a little bit of luck. And some nights I got it. And when I say luck, like not crashing and like maybe getting second or a close second to Chad, but at least getting second, not getting fourth, not getting fifth, not getting third. Like you just maximize what you got, and you minimize where it doesn't work well. And at the end of the day, you got the job done. I was able to get the job done, and you just have to find a way. And I think there's a situation there where it becomes from the mental side, but and the physical side, and you have to be smart enough to execute that. And that's what I'm with you. We're saying the same things, just different scenarios.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports. If you enjoyed what you just watched, well, it's time to bring the action and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel. You can have it all: news, highlights, interviews, and analysis. So go for it.